They said beauty runs in the royal family. But somehow, when the gods were sharing shape and fine face, they skipped the first princess and doubled the portion on the second. And that's how trouble started in the royal palace of Umunze, a village where gossip traveled faster than an hungry goat to a ripe cassava. Once upon a time, in the sunny and laughter-filled village of Umunze, there lived a king named Obieze. He was a good man and was loved by all his people because he ruled with wisdom, shared palm wine during festival, and did not increase taxes even when yam became expensive. King Obieze had two daughters. Adanne, the first daughter, was as wide as the palace drum and as quiet as the moon. Her skin was dark like roasted yam, and her cheek was full like ripe oranges. She walked like someone who respected the ground. People said she was not fine, and by village standard, she had failed the beauty test. Then came Ijeoma, the second daughter, my friend. The girl was so beautiful. Even the village masquerade once removed his masks to look at her very well. She had hips like water pots, skin that glow like morning sun, and her waist could dance better than the talking drum. Men were always hanging around the palace gates like flies near ripe mangoes, all hoping to marry her. The king often sat under the ugiri tree in his palace courtyard, rubbing his belly and sighing, "Hey, Chineke, what did my first daughter do to deserve this kind of rejection?" he lamented. Even the palace guards avoid her eyes. And how my second daughter is chasing away suitors like housefly near soup. Oh God, help me. One afternoon, he called his trusted advisor, Namdi. He said to him, "Namdi, this matter is pressing my chest. I don't name my first fruits, the one that first called me Papa, is growing old. No suitor has come for her. Meanwhile, Ijeoma rejected every man as if husbands are under her bed. The last man she chased away was a wealthy merchant with 4 oxes and 2 elephants." The adviser scratched his head and said, "My king, be calm. All will be well. Maybe Ijoma is waiting for a prince. Or maybe she wants to marry someone that is elegant. Please, let's be patient. Everything will fall in place." King Obieze almost cried that day. If only Adane would find someone who sees her heart. And if only Ijoma will calm down and pick one from all the men coming for her hand in marriage. Before she uses beauty to break her own destiny. King Obieze was very disturbed. 10 days later, one suitor from a rich family in the next village came with 10 tubers of yam, 3 fat goats, palm wine in a big calabash, and even wrappers from Onitsha market. He knelt and said, Princess Ijoma, have come to ask for your hand in marriage. Ijoma looked at him from head to toe. She was disgusted. She looked at the gifts and hissed and kicked the calabash of palm wine over. It spilled on the clean floor in the palace. What is this nonsense? She shouted. Do I look like a village girl to you? Take your yams, your goats, and go back to that bush you came out from. How can you wear an okrika, sandals, and come to marry a princess like me? Nonsense, she said and walked away. The poor man ran away with his goats, dragging them behind him. The villagers shook their heads. Pride go enter her eye finish. She go use fine face pursue all her husbands. One woman said, one bright morning at the palace, birds were singing like they just collected salary. The gods were arguing as usual, and the palace maids were busy sweeping like their brooms were chasing demons. Adane, the first daughter of the land, walked in quietly, holding a basket of freshly plucked vegetable from the palace garden. Her wrapper was clean, but it had seen better days, faded, tired, and holding onto her waist like it did not sign up for the suffering life. Her headscarf was neat, but let's just say it was more of a head pity than a head tie. She approached her mother's hut with the kind of hope you only see in the people who believe today will be different. Good morning, Mama, she said softly, kneeling and placing the basket before the queen. Queen Mesoma, who was sitting on her bamboo throne with her legs crossed like a town council chairwoman, looked up from admiring her freshly polished nails. She fanned herself dramatically with a beaded hand fan, the kind that made noise than breeze. She squinted at Adama. Morning. Wait, what is this thing on your body again? She said, pointing at Adani's wrapper with the same disgust you use for a rat in your soup. Is it the same wrapper you wore last week, Thursday? Chineke, this clothes has turned to national anthem. Everybody knows it. Mama, I just came from the garden, Adane said gently. I brought you fresh ugu and scent leaf. The queen hissed, long and loud, the type of hiss that could fry akara. You think it's ugu leaf that will find you husband? You are carrying vegetable around like you are Mother Nature herself. Look at your sister Ijoma. Hmm. She clapped her hands and leaned forward dramatically, as if she was about to drop a village secret. That girl wakes up in lace. She bathes in perfume. Her waist bead can make a blind man whistle. Just yesterday, three fine men, like good men, came to ask for her hand in marriage. One came with 5 tubers of yam. The other brought goat meat that still had the smell of firewood. And you, she pointed at Adani like a market woman catching a thief. You are here going up and down with your tired slippers and calabash head, always walking like someone that missed her way in life. Even if husband comes near you, your wrapper will chase him away. The palace maid near the doorway tried to cover their mouths, but one let out a giggle that sounded like a sneeze mixed with cough. Adane lowered her head, lips trembling, but Queen Mesoma wasn't finished. I don't even know where you came from. When the gods were sharing beauty, you must have been fetching water at the stream. Or maybe they mistook you for a tree and skipped you. She shook her head, raised her fan, and waved it again like she was chasing the spirit of ugliness away. Even the palace goats were more attractive than you when you frown. Go and look at your sister Ijoma. See how her skin shines like palm oil in the sun. You, you shine like burnt pots. Adane stood quietly, then picked up the basket slowly. I will take the vegetables to the kitchen, she whispered. Take them, the queen snapped. Maybe stew will pity you since husbands has refused. As Adane walked away, her eyes filled with tears, but her back was straight. Her steps were strong. She have heard these words 1,000 times, but she had also learned something powerful. With tears in her eyes, Adane rushed to the stream. She sat down under the big Iroko tree and let out a shout from her soul. Adane always goes to the stream, not because the palace lacked water, but because the stream listened to her. She will sit under the tall Iroko tree, talk to herself, sing small song, and sometimes cry. But that day, she cried with a heavy heart. So one morning, while Adane was fetching water in the stream, she heard a loud splash. Hey, who is there? She called out. A young man dressed like a struggling hunter crawled out of the bush holding a bruised leg. Hey, sorry, what happened? Adama said. I fell while chasing a bush rat. The rat escaped and my leg entered. That is why I'm hot. Without thinking twice, Adane tore a piece of her wrapper and tied his leg. She fetched him water, gave him roasted granuts from her calabash, and even helped him stand. You are very kind, the man said. My name is Adane, she replied, her eyes shining softly. I'm Obina, he said. Thank you. You have helped me more than you knew it. From that day, Obina and Adane became friends. They met at the stream often and laughed, told stories, and oftentimes played Ayo game under the tree. Adane's laughter returned. Her eyes became brighter, but still she told no one about Obi. Not even her father. Then one day, after some months, the town crier shouted, "Hey, hey, royal announcement. A prince from the great kingdom of Egweki is coming to choose a wife from Umunze. All maidens should look sharp." The palace went wide. Ijoma was getting ready to present herself like an angel. Adane was not even disturbed. She was not even bothered because in her heart she believed that no man will find her attractive. The day finally came and Ijoma was dressed like a queen. She was looking like heaven. Adane wear her usual simple wrapper. When the prince Obi arrived, every girl's heart was doing bim, bim. But to everyone's shocked, he walked past the dancing maidens and head straight to Adane. He looked straight into her eyes, held her hands, and lifted her up. He said, "My name is Prince Obi. I came in disguise to find a woman with a beautiful heart. You, Adane, are that woman. Will you marry me?" He said with a smile. Gab silenced shock. Adane said, "Yes, I will marry you." The palace turned into celebration ground. King Obieze was very excited. He was happy. He danced and danced like he has never done before. He was very excited that his first daughter Adane has finally found a husband. The wedding lasted for 7 days. The goats wore beads. The palm wine flowed like river. Everybody was excited in the palace except Ijoma, who stood alone and ignored. Ijoma was very sad and angry. She did not believe that the prince will choose her fat sister, Adane, instead of her. After the wedding, something funny happened. The same maiden who has followed Ijoma around began to laugh at her behind her back. They said, "Fine girl, but no husband." The men that has once begged her to marry them began to pass her like a pothole. Ijoma became a laughing stock in the village. The men she has rejected and abused mocked at her. Even one small boy said, "Auntie Ijoma, you too fine, oh, but nothing to show for it." Ijoma will cry and cry and cry. She was so sad and devastated. She wished that she had chosen out of those men that came to ask for her hand in marriage. But unfortunately, she ended up marrying a farmer named Chuka, who had only one pair of trousers and a stubborn goat. But he loved her. He taught her how to farm, how to cook with firewood, and to smile without powder. Ijoma finally learnt humility in a hard way. But as for Adane and Obinya, they lived happily. They ruled with love and laughter, and every morning they walked hand in hand to the stream where true love first found its way. Hi, beautiful people of African Tales by Ify Best. Hope you enjoy the story. Please let me know in the comment section what you think about the story, what you learned in the story. As for me, I want to tell us that we should not allow pride to chase away our blessings. Beauty may open doors, but character holds the key. So please support my channel by liking my videos and sharing it to your loved ones. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. God bless you until I bring another story your way. Bye.